What's going on, you guys? This is All1, and I'm going to be giving you guys a guide on Tempoross. So Tempoross is a new skilling boss that you can do if you have the fishing level for it. I think you need around level 30 fishing. I'm not 100% sure. I would think you need around level 30 fishing, but yeah. Anyways, the way you can actually come here is you're gonna go to Al, and you're gonna go down south from Al. So you can either use a glory amulet, or you can use a ring of dueling, or a gnome glider, or you can just walk from Lundbridge or wherever it is you're walking from. And then you just come over here to the transportation, and it'll take you all the way over here to ruins of Unka. Unfortunately, there's no teleport to come here, so no games necklace or no mini games either to come to this boss. So when you get here, what I would highly recommend using is you can either wear full graceful because you're going to be running a lot. What is that noise? So you're going to either be running in full graceful. You can either run in the full angler outfit that you get from the I forgot what mini event that was called again, the other fishing event mini game, or you can pretty much run in nothing. The reason why I was recommending using um, the graceful set is because like I said, you're going to be running a lot back and forth, but it isn't necessarily needed. Um, the angler set, I believe it can give you like fishing bonuses, which is going to be really nice because the more fishing bonus you have, the more damage you can output on the boss. And then another thing I would highly recommend having is the Dragon Harpoon. When you have the Dragon Harpoon, it will actually give you a +3 to your fishing level when you use the spec. So I would highly recommend having like I said, I would highly recommend having the Dragon Harpoon. Now, once you have all that situated, you're ready to go. Now, obviously, if you don't have a Dragon Harpoon, you can just use a regular harpoon. Doesn't matter. Another thing I want to mention is this is going to be an unedited guide video. Unfortunately, I don't know how to use my PC's editing software on here. Every time I've tried using it, the video always comes off blurry and just really bad quality. So I'm just gonna do this all in one take. Hopefully, I don't mess up. So once you get onto the boat and you travel to the area, you're gonna notice there's crates in the back. You want to make sure you get 3 buckets, at least 3 buckets, and then use the water pump. Get 1 rope and 1 hammer. If you don't have a harpoon, there's harpoons right there. So once you get all that, you're gonna go ahead and come down and go to any fishing spot. Doesn't matter which one, just go to one. And you're gonna notice there's a totem in the middle. Don't worry about the totem. The only time you need to use the totem is when your screen completely turns blue. And that means the wave is incoming. So you're just gonna keep fishing until the wave is incoming. When the wave comes, then you're gonna go use the totem. The reason why you need to have a rope is so you can tether yourself onto the totem. So like I said, we're just gonna keep fishing until the wave comes. What you can do is you can fish until you have either 8 and then go cook, or you can do what I'm doing right now, which in my opinion is the better method to go with. So I think this guy went with the 8 fish method, so he's just going to use 8 fish, go cook, and then he's going to go run up. So as you can see, my screen turns blue. So now that with my screen turning blue, I have pretty much a full inventory of fish now, and I'm just going to go ahead and cook all this fish. And when I finish cooking all this fish, I'm just going to go up the boat and use the cooked fish on the boss, or put it into the cannon. You can also go up there without cooked fish. It can just be raw, but you do only 10 damage, and you also get a lot less points as well. So once you need to have at least, I think at least 1.5k or just 1k points in order to qualify to get a rewards permit. You get 1 reward permit pretty much every 1,000 points, and the most points I've ever had up in total was 5.6k, and was able to get around 5 reward as well. And as you can see, the fire is going to be spawning out with the clouds. When the clouds come to the land, they drop this fire. That's why you want to make sure you have buckets of water so you can actually douse the fire out. Because if you run into the fire and you start taking the damage from it, you don't take actual damage to your health, but you start losing fish, and that's not a good thing because the less fish you have, the less damage you output. Another good thing about the wave though is if there is fire, the wave will put the fire out. And another thing I want to make sure you guys keep in mind is you have three different bars up here. You have an energy bar, essence bar, and a storm intensity bar. So the energy bar is the boss's shield, and the essence is the boss's health, and then the storm intensity is the basically like a one shot that the boss will end up doing. If it reaches 100%, it's a one shot mechanic to everyone, and it just fails the mini event, or I guess mini game, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm not gonna go and cook. I'm Since he has about 10% left, I'm just gonna stack as much fish as I can. So when after the damage phase, I'm gonna go ahead and just cook right away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go on the bridge now. Since when he reaches around 5% is when you can go on the bridge. Use your spec so you get as much fishing as possible, and then you're just gonna go ahead and harpoon the spirit pool. So then that way everyone's doing damage. The lowest amount of damage you can do is 8, and the most is 12. So the maximizing the amount of fishing you have will maximize the amount of damage you guys can all put out. Fortunately, this guy doesn't realize that it's damage phase, so yeah. You can technically one phase this as well. It is not it's not easy to do, but if you do one phase, then you will be able to get a 3-minute kill. And if it's a two phase, then you're not going to be able to get the 3-minute kill. It'll be around 5 minutes. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and cook the fish that I ended up already getting before that phase. And now I'm just going to go ahead and go back on the boat and insert all the fish into the cannon. So another thing to keep in mind is it's good to actually separate the fish. You don't want to always just have the fish go into one slot for the ammunition because the boss can summon like a tsunami or I don't remember exactly what it's called, but he'll summon like a tornado type of thing, and it'll hit one of the two sailors on each boat. So if it hits this sailor, then this sailor will be stunned, and the cannon will be electrocuted, so you wouldn't be able to shoot out any of the fish from that cannon, but you can use the other cannon. So it's always good to separate. I'm actually going to go ahead and get some water because the fire is about to spawn, and I'm going to take out this fire first so that way it's not in the way for people. And then there is another fire over there. Hopefully someone will notice it, douse it out. Probably not. And as you can see, it's starting to spread. But when another wave spawns, it's just going to wipe it out. I'm just going to go ahead and cook. I should have cooked after that wave instead of going. It doesn't matter. I have damage phase now. Yeah, so normally right after a water phase, you just go ahead and cook whatever you had and then just go up. Like for some reason, I was just spacing out right there. And we're done. Now you just go ahead and go and leave, and you can claim your rewards, or you can stack your reward points all the way up to a +8, and then go and since 8 is the max amount you can hold up to. So if you want to go and check the rewards, you would actually just come over here. If you do not have a net, a fishing net, you can just talk to the spirit angler and use it. If you have a net but it's in your bank, you can just use the bank right over here. Use the reward pool, see what you end up getting, and you might get lucky and get the pet. You might get unlucky and get pretty much nothing. So for me, I ended up getting nothing other than spirit flakes. So I got 58 and 64 spirit flakes and 13 raw lobsters. If you get lucky and get soaked pages, then stacked up to 25 soaked pages, you can actually come all the way over here to the retired sailor. And like it says right here, you need to have 25 soaked pages in order to actually claim any of these items. But if you have the 25, you can claim any of these 4 items right here. You can get a fish barrel, which lets you hold more fish than what you have in your inventory. Pretty much like a essence bag, a rune essence bag, but you can't take it out unless you go to a bank. You can withdraw from a bank. And then you have the tackle box, which allows you to hold fishing items and feathers and bait and whatnot in here. You have the tome of water, which is basically like the tome of fire. And then you also have a big harpoon fish, which I don't know what it is. It might be what this guy has actually right there. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So with the big harpoon fish, I don't know if it gives you any extra bonuses or if it's just cosmetic. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this event. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If it did, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section, as well as I will try my best to help you guys out as much as I can. Again, I'm sorry that I couldn't edit this video or just make it a little more organized or anything. Trust me, I would have loved to, but again, I am still learning, trying to figure out what software would work for me on my PC to make it to where I don't need to spend like $200 on Adobe Premiere or anything like that, because Adobe Premiere is good, but I don't have that type of money right now. Um, but yeah, like again, if this video helped you guys out, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is all Danny Day 1. Have a good day. Good night. Peace.